Boom. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another Fireside Chat with yours truly, Sam Healy. Thanks for joining us here on the flip side. I appreciate it. What we're going to be talking about today is we do have some upcoming painting videos that we're going to be doing on the channel. So I wanted to just kind of give an update on what those two painting videos are going to be about. And I did talk about one last week, but I'll rehash it again this week. And then we'll go back to another one that I just need to get those done. But we've got those coming up. And then as I was brainstorming earlier this morning about what I wanted to talk about, the thing popped into my head to talk about reviews, validity of reviews, that kind of stuff. I'm not so sure I want to do that now, because I think we will. We'll still talk about it. But I think I might have just been in a little bit of a funk earlier this morning concerning reviews. And I think when I made the thumbnail and when I decided that, I shouldn't have. I should have just decided to do something else. Hindsight 2020, all that. But anyway, that's how it is. John Reed is here. Hello, John. Matthew Vincent is here. Hello, Matthew. Flesh to Dust. Let's flip some tables on the flip side. No, we're not going to do that. That makes a mess, and I don't like having to clean up the mess. So yeah, we won't be flipping any tables anytime soon. Although I have seen video and retellings of the table flipping contest at Tantrum Con. That looks interesting because I think I could probably do well at it. But I've never flipped a table, like really flipped a table, like mean to flip a table. I've like knocked over tables by accident, but I've never actually flipped a table like, rah! You know, I've never done that before. That sounded like it would be really fun. Matthew Vince says, thank you for the sticker and the dead people. I thought you might like that. I can't really vouch for the game, Matthew, so I do apologize for that. Don't take it too seriously, and you might have some fun with it. I'll leave it at that. I didn't review that game because, well, I just didn't review that game. But you might enjoy it. At the very least, you might enjoy the theme. Sharon is here. I think Sharon Mormon. Yep. Let's flip tables at the end of TI4. Definitely not. Maybe after I've cleaned it up and it's all in the baggies, I'll let you flip the table then. But not until then. I am not flipping TI4. No, sir. That's no bueno right there. All right. Well, you might be wondering, why does he have a couple of tablecloths? Well, it's because, look at that. It is wide open, folks. Wide open. Kilroy was here. I'm just kidding. Anyway, the entire month of May. Now, I know we are already the second week of May. I get that. I understand that. But I just clean this off because I do need to get in a habit of planning things out, even if it's only on a rudimentary thing, so that I have an idea of what's coming out every single week. And I do try to keep things kind of predictable, if I can use that word. Because I do want to be predictable. I want you guys to know what to expect each day. Because if I don't do those things, you'll know that something's wrong and you'll send help. I'm just kidding. But there is that. Nuno Rebello is here. A Fatal Paper Cut is here. Thank you for joining us, you guys. Just bought Trekking Through History purely based off your recommendation. LOL. I just started homeschooling my son, and I think it'll go well for sneaking in a bit of history. Now that sounds like a plan right there. I had a cat once knock over an open box of Joan of Arc minis. That was quite fun resorting out. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Nuno says hello to everybody in the chat. Everybody says hello back, generally speaking. But that's pretty cool. All right, well, we've only got about an hour here because for a couple of different reasons. First of all, I have to leave to go pick up kids from school. At least one, maybe two. But I do have to go and pick them up. Second of all, the third installment of the new what did he call it? Theme Addict Chrome series. The third installment, the third episode, Les Chung's retheming and modding of Matt Leacock's Chariot Race. The third installment is coming up at 3 o'clock. That is in 50 minutes. And I do not want to cannibalize any of the time that that spends on air live. Now, so we're going to end this at 3 o'clock so that you guys can just stop watching this and immediately watch that. And if you enjoy it, watch the other two series episodes if you haven't already, because it's pretty cool what Les has done for his own little copy of Chariot Race by Matt Leacock. It's really, really cool. If you haven't watched it, go watch it after we're done here, and then go back and watch episodes 1 and 2. They're very short videos. They're 5 to 6 minutes each, and so it won't take up too much of your time, and you won't be disappointed. Les does a fabulous job at modding games and giving them, basically retheming them another way. He goes all the way down to making stickers for the dice, so you can change the dice faces and all of the player materials that come with it as well. That all gets changed. He is something else. So you'll not be disappointed if you go check that out. So that's going up at 3 o'clock, so I do need to be done by then. Let's see here. Cats like playing Godzilla on the Axis and Allies board. That is correct. Got my copy of Valhalla today. All right, Nuno. Enjoy, buddy. You're going to like it. I was disappointed in episode 2 of Star Wars Too Much Sand. Oh. I think I get it. Was this a thing learning how to make the trees? Right? I mean, it's a very cool process, and it's something I'm not. I don't know. I think I might be good at something like that. I just don't know that I would have the time to do something like that. But it looks like something that would be fun to do, and I think I might be able to do it well. I just don't have time for it. But I'm very happy that Les decided to make those videos. It's actually came from. I've been kicking around the idea of bringing a variety show to the flip side, kind of like what I used to do for the Dice Tower with Throw Punch Lunch or Token Punch Lunch, what it eventually became named. So I reached out to him because I wanted a segment on that variety show, kind of like what he's doing. And he was the first person that came to mind as far as that's concerned. So I wanted to, I reached out to him about that. And this is just something he started kicking around. And then he gave me 3 episodes of it. And I was like, absolutely, I'll put that up. So big thanks to him, because he's been very gracious about allowing me to put it up on my channel. and it's a great little series. He's a great guy. His wife's a great lady as well. They're great people, and I really have enjoyed playing games with them in the past. Not a whole lot because I've only met them a couple of times, but we spent a good bit amount of time with them when we did play, so it was very fun. So thank you for that. That's good. Those videos are a segment to continue. He has said that, yeah, he does have some other ideas in mind. I cannot speak to the frequency of those videos, but yes, that's gonna be something that we continue to offer you here on the flip side, and we'll be very happy to do so. Anything he puts out, I'm interested. That's just the way it is. That kind of stuff fascinates me. I love watching those kinds of videos where people take things and make, like I'll watch videos where people just make an entire diorama. Those are the kinds of videos that I like watching, or the kind like forging videos, people working in their forges and making stuff from nothing. The restoration videos, those are videos that I really like watching on YouTube as well. When people, find a pistol out in the middle of nowhere that's been in the ground for the last 30 years and it's all rusted and corroded, and they take it and clean it up and then restore it. Those kinds of things, or old toys. Those are the kind of videos that I'm like, that's a big old rabbit hole for me. I will, if I'm not careful, I will just continue watching those videos and I won't go to sleep, and I'll be tired the next day because I fell down that rabbit hole. And those are the kind of videos I like watching. So that's, the kind of content that Les made in those 3 videos. Those are the kinds of videos that I usually watch. So if he ever makes anything again, absolutely yes, I will do it. I will absolutely do that. Let's see. Speaking for myself, it is a theme that interests me. Yep, that's cool. Steph is here. Hello, Steph. Good to see you. Jessie is here. She's actually in the other room. She is down for the count. Yes, she is. She is on voluntary bed rest. She has put herself down for the count for today, tomorrow, and Wednesday because this cough that she has, I'm wondering, she's wondering if it is related to the fast-paced nature that our lives have. And so she just can't shake it. Part of the reason why I think is because she's always going, always using her voice, always going, go, 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 go. So, we kind of talked about it over the weekend, and the changing of the seasons happened over this weekend. And so I've got a stuffy head. My son Aiden has a stuffy head. Jess, on top of the cough, also has a stuffy head. So I think it was in her best interests to have her take a few days off and just rest. And that's one of the reasons why I got to be out of here at 3, because she's not available to go pick up the kids. I have to go do that. It's part of the job description, but that's where we're at. So yeah, do keep her in your prayers if you are the praying kind. That will work wonders. So thank you for that. Let's see. Matthew Vincent is saying hello. You guys do a lot of stuff. I don't do a quarter of your guys' schedule. Well, when you have 3 kids that are going, generally speaking, in 3 different directions, 2 of them often track the same direction, and one of them drives. So often when that happens, Daphne can take Dante to where they are going, and we don't have to worry about that. But then my son Aiden, he it does not coincide with their schedule at all. So it's a lot of keeping things in order. It's about to slow down because school's about to stop. The band and color guard season just ended. over the weekend with their last parade. So that's going to die down. So the number of things that we have to do or we have to make sure we're keeping track of throughout the week will greatly diminish here in just a couple of weeks. Aiden has a playoff football game. If he wins, then he'll go on to the next round the following week. But if he loses, his flag football season is over. That will free up a couple more hours during the week as well. So, it is what it is. If we had them all in one thing together, it'd be different, but we don't. And, it's not really practical anyway. So there you have it. Joker ES. Double check for molds and dust too. Yes, I know. Allergy medicine can only go so far if there's stuff you're constantly in contact with. So allergy medicines can help. Yes, be well. Will do. That is something that I'm going to be doing today and tomorrow is cleaning the filters. So there's a lot of things. There you go. She's answering. But, okay. Along that lines, so that Jess can rest. Usually we have time-honored Tuesdays on Tuesday afternoons. And so because Jess is on bed rest, we're not going to do that tomorrow. However, we are tomorrow going to be putting up Jess's top 10 games that she played in April 2024. So in lieu of doing time-honored Tuesdays tomorrow afternoon, we'll be putting up her top 10 games that she played in April. I'll still be doing a It Belongs in a Museum tomorrow morning. That will be around 11, however. Well, no, it'll still be about 10. Because, it'll still be at 10. 10 o'clock, It Belongs in a Museum, same as usual tomorrow. But tomorrow afternoon, we'll have Jesse's top 10 games she played in April 2024 going up tomorrow afternoon. Wednesday will be a live review, as per usual. And Thursday will be a solo mode game as well. Thank you, Flesh to Dust. I appreciate that. Now, since we kind of talked about that, I'm still amazed you can do videos every day. I would get burnout. Well, I enjoy it. If I looked at it more, if I saw it as a job, then I probably would get burnout as well. And there are very many job-like aspects to what we do here on the flip side. It is what I do for a living. So there is that. But I also enjoy doing it. So when you enjoy something, I think the saying goes, you don't work. When you enjoy your job, you don't work a day of the year, or something like that. It goes something like that. So I very much fall into that. Now, as I track over here and I see this mound of cardboard that I have to, that can be a little bit stressful. But the more I look at it, I'm like, oh, okay, I've already done that. I've already done that. I've already done that. I've already done this. I just need to get over there and organize it. That's just something that will have to happen sooner or later. But it's not as difficult to do, and I don't think that I am as susceptible to burning out at it as I would be with other jobs or with other things that I would be doing. Because at the very least, this is a hobby that I really enjoy. So that covers a multitude of potential burnout. Can it get monotonous? Yes, absolutely. Tuesdays Tuesdays are my longest days by far, and that's unfortunately by design. Because it's the day that I do. It belongs in a museum, and then I usually record my review that I have to do, that I have to have up by on Wednesday for the Dice Tower. And then we do Time Honored Tuesdays. So tomorrow won't be as stressful. Can I use that word? Not really. But it won't be as long tomorrow because I'll be able to take more time that we would normally be using to play a game or two, and I can use that time to edit, so my day will be over sooner. Another thing that makes the day a little bit long on Tuesdays is that's one of the days that my son has football practice. And so usually I try to do as much as I can up until it's time to go to his practice, and then I go to his practice, and then when I come back, it's time to eat dinner, and then after dinner, I can finish doing a little bit of editing here and there, and then but then after dinner, it depends on what the rest of the group has to do. You know, the rest of the family has to do, and then it just depends. It just depends. But the Dice Tower, they need my stuff usually by Wednesdays, so Tuesdays is my day to make sure all of that gets done. I could probably make my Tuesdays a lot easier by working a little bit more hours on Mondays, but Mondays school starts later, and so it's just right in the middle of the morning, so it breaks everything up, and it's a little bit hard for me to get stuff done Monday mornings. But you know, it is what it is, and by no means am I complaining. I'm just passing on what we do. So tomorrow there will be no Time Honored Tuesdays playthrough, but there will be a top 10 that goes up tomorrow afternoon instead of that. Wednesday, a live review. What? I think I know what I'll do a live review of on Tuesday, but I don't know for sure, so I'm not going to say anything on Wednesday. I mean, Thursday, Thursday, solo mode. That's an interesting thing. I haven't really thought about that yet. Friday, we are going to be good for a playthrough, our regular Friday playthrough. And I think we might be doing the Castles of Mad King Ludwig, the new revamped version of it. I think that's what we might be doing this Friday. And I think we'll try to do 3 players if Jess is back up to snuff, or at least, you know, better enough to join us. Then that's what we'll do on Friday with JT, I think. That's not written in pen yet or chiseled in stone, but it is something that we could definitely try to get done. And then Saturday we'll have our regular Q&A with Jess and I. But that's what we're going to be doing. Now, talking about reviews a little bit. I'm curious. G'day, Sam. Pat here. Hello, Patrick. Good to see you, buddy. Very good to have you. Thank you for being here, Pat. Patrick is a good friend of mine that we met a long time ago. I want to say it was 2016 I think it was the last year. No, it was the first year that we went to. Maybe it was the second year that we went to MeepleCon, which is the predecessor to Dice Tower West. And Pat and I were just kind of hanging around the library one night when it was about to close, and we got talking about Memoir 44, and we looked at our watches, and we were like, well, library closes in 30 minutes. I think we can do it. So we grabbed Memoir 44, just the base game, and we set up, played, and turned Memoir 44 back in within 30 minutes. And I believe Pat won, but that was something else. And from then on, we've made it kind of a tradition. Every year when we meet at Dice Tower West, we play at least one game of Memoir 44. Here soon, I think one of these years, we're going to try to get it to where I guess I kind of have to start thinking about it now, don't I? Maybe in the fall. I want to try to schedule a Overlord thing with, because Pat would probably be able to supply all of the stuff we need for it, but I would do my part to on the other side of the logistics and trying to get it scheduled and all that kind of stuff. That sounds like something Pat would love to do, I think. 2016, yep, that's what I thought. It was a close one. Yeah, well, it usually is. Even our game that we played this year, he won by 1 point, and I probably would have won on my next turn. But that was a good one. We played a breakthrough scenario, and now those breakthrough maps are a little bit wonky because they're a lot longer than a regular memoir map. So the strategies applied to a map like that are a little bit different. So, but it was fun. That was the first time I played a breakthrough map in a long time. But good one. Yes, I have it all. Just need the scenario, Pat says. That's great. Patrick also handles the, he mans the paint and take rooms at Dice Tower West whenever he's there. So he's a good guy. If I were there, I would do Overlord. Well, you better start buying your ticket now, Tom, because I'm going to really try to make that happen next year. I think it'll be a really cool thing. I think it'll be something that we could record and play back and kind of do, speed up the footage over most of it. But if there's like some really, heavy hitting type situations or something like that, to come back and slow those down and watch those play out. I think that would be a video that people might watch. So I'm going to try to make that happen next year. And I'm going to volunteer Pat to help me out on this. Because I know he would do well at helping me on it. Absolutely. So I think we might have to make that happen. Make it happen, Captain. But anyway, talking about reviews, what is your opinion? And I want you to know, everybody that's there, I want everybody that's here, I want you to sound off in some way, shape, or form, if you have the ability to. Don't, get into an accident or anything like that. Don't get fired over it if you're watching at work and you're not supposed to. But what is your opinion on reviews? And more specifically, live reviews. Now, I'm going to continue doing live reviews. This is not something where I am wondering if I'm going to stop doing it. But and the reason I'm doing this, and again, I know it's I know primarily it's because the stuff that I put up on the Dice Tower casts a much larger net than anything that I would put up here. But the amount of time that I put into a video for the Dice Tower that will maybe get 3, 4, 5,000 views is probably worth that many views. The amount of time that I would put into a recorded and edited review on the flip side, not so much. Because most of the reviews that I do, first of all, I'm not getting all of the new stuff which people are wanting to watch reviews of. And that's where a lot of those views come from, is people hearing about this. They want to hear a review about it. They want to see what kind of game it is. But that's not me right now. A lot of the games that I'm reviewing are older games. And when I say older games, I mean 2023, 2022. Very rarely am I going to review something that is not yet available, which is where a lot of views come on review videos. And I actually even don't, I mean, we did do a couple of prototype reviews here recently that, and those were projects that I got behind. Like, for example, New Kingdom Sowers, I'm looking at that right there. That's a product I can get behind. I'm fully on board with that, and I hope they do the best that they can possibly do. The Shackleton series is another prototype that I've just reviewed recently that I think is worth your looking into, and that's why I kind of looked into it and did that. I did another one called AI Apocalypse, a little battle or card game that has, I believe, funded and went forward with it. But we did a, some of the games that are out there, they're just so large, and there's so much to them. I don't know that I like doing prototype reviews for the bigger games because there's so much that could change. But smaller games, I don't mind so much doing prototype reviews of, because there's not a whole lot that could change. You might, a wording here, a little bit of wording there, the graphic design choice here, a little bit of artwork there. But otherwise, the game's going to be the same pretty much. So I don't mind doing prototype reviews of smaller games. But with that being said, I'm pretty much resolved that I'm going to stay doing live reviews. I just want to get your opinion on live reviews, because frankly, live reviews, if you don't have a good number of people there in the live review that are interested in the game and are willing to ask questions for it, the draw of a live review is just not there. Especially if you have an audience that doesn't really ask a lot of questions. So I guess I just want your opinions there to see what you think. Vanessa is here. Hello, Vanessa. Very good to see you. Let's see. I like the live interaction with the reviews. I do too, and that's why I do them that well. It's one of the reasons why I do them. The main reason I do live reviews is because I don't want the editing time that I put into the reviews that I do for the Dice Tower. If I doubled up on that, my Mondays and Tuesdays would be shot, just doing nothing but editing. And well, they wouldn't be shot. Doing nothing but shooting and editing. That's pretty much it. So there's 1,000 10-minute review videos elsewhere. That's true. I agree with Tom. I like the live interaction. Yes, I love them because they help me decide which game on my shelf of opportunity needs attention and what to look out for during our local game store flea market. That's cool. I like the reviews of older games, as I have not heard of most of them. Live is nice too, as it gives a chance to ask questions or make stupid comments. Plus, being able to chat live and ask questions about the game that might not be covered during a recorded review. That's true as well. Also, I'm locked in my room without human contact for most of the days, so live helps break the monotony. That's great. Less time taken to make the review. Yes, that's true. And okay, I understand that, and I'm not wavering on that at all. Because, if I look at it, I spend some time setting up the game. I spend some time reviewing the rules. I spend some time before the review is done. And of course, after the review, there's the taking down of it and storing it and all of that kind of stuff. So I would probably say all in all, we're talking about, well, no, let's be liberal. And we'll say that there's 2 hours. 2 to 3 hours that go into the making of a live review. Double that, maybe, depending on how much editing has to be done. Maybe not quite double. 6 hours for one. That's not accurate. I would say probably 4 hours at least that you're talking about for an edited review. I don't think that's worth it for the amount of views that I'm going to be getting here on the flip side. On the Dice Tower, sure. I can see doing that. But at the end of the day, that's also a very generous window. I don't think I usually spend that much time on one video. It feels like it sometimes because there's other things that I have to do from the time I start that editing process to the time I finish it. There's a lot of other things that I have to step away from it. It's not like I am full on editing for that much time. So another thing that kind of makes it a little bit longer is that, I do have a template in my editing rig that I can follow, but because I don't have a second person in here starting and stopping, I can't just take sections and drop them in. It's one of the reasons why top 10s and top 5s take so long, because I'm literally cutting up the footage as I go. But it's good to hear. Are you concerned with the number of views you're getting? Well, I'm not concerned so much. There's just a huge disparity between the number of views that I get with the stuff that I put out on the Dice Tower and the stuff that I put out here. And again, I'll say it again, I know that's a wider net with the Dice Tower. And again, my stuff that's going up on the Dice Tower isn't getting the views that the regulars get on their stuff. So I totally understand it. I am not at all expecting to get that kind of viewership here, because we just don't have the same size audience that they do over there. So I think it's not just about views. I just want to be using my time as efficiently as I can. And I think I am, but that doesn't mean I don't keep thinking about it, if that makes sense. There's some other things that are popping up that could be possibilities for the future, and I'm just wondering if I have the time for them. And so that's part of what's what's causing me to think about these things. Do I have the time to take on anything else right now? Or am I maxed? Am I maxed out? I don't think I am, but sometimes I feel like I am, because if I added anything else, I don't know what would give in order to make time and room for that new stuff in my schedule. So that's why I'm kind of thinking about this. It's not so much the hunt for views. It's not so much that, although that is, the bottom line, right? So, when I watch these live vids, normally it's late afternoon or night. Yes. I also enjoy your reviews of older games. Cool. Love the review of some older games. Doesn't always need to be Cult of the New. I very much agree with you on that stuff. That sounds tedious. Return on investment of time. Yep, that's pretty much it. My favorite videos are top 10 videos here and on Dice Tower. If they are live on an event, even better. It would save you time. Sure do shorter non-live reviews. You do a lot. I learned a lot about games watching those top 10s. Yeah. Well, Flesh to Dust, I don't know if it would save me time. Here's my thing. Shorter non-live reviews would be difficult for me to do, because I am a rather verbose person. I usually tend to say things in an inefficient way, and I use showing you how to do it in addition to me saying something with too many words. I usually try to use that showing you how to do it to help you understand what I'm saying a little bit better, and that helps me a little bit better, I think. But I do find that even with the live reviews, I try to keep them within an hour, and that's usually more than enough time. 45 minutes to an hour is usually what I try to get. I just don't know that people are willing to invest that amount of time for a review. When they know they can go somewhere else and get a review in half that time at most. You could probably get it for a third of that time. 20 minutes. So maybe I need to schedule my live reviews longer in advance than I am currently. That will allow people to know that I'm going to be doing a live review of it, and they can show up for it. Maybe that is where I need to land. I need to plan ahead and stick to that plan on scheduling the live reviews further off in advance so that people can plan on being there. That might be what it is. Because part of the reason for doing a live review is so that people will be there during the live review, right? To ask questions, to wonder about something that might not be included on a regular recorded review. So maybe I just need to schedule them out a little bit further in advance. I think that might be what I might do. You can play with the statistics, though. Let's say the Dice Tower has 300,000 subscribers and you get 3,000 views on a video. That's 1%. Your channel has 72, so you only need 72 views for 1%. Yep. I often watch 20-minute or less reviews. Yep. That would be a big help for a lot of people. Okay. Well, that is a good point, Tom, that, if 72 views is 1% here. So we're actually getting higher view percentages here than we are at the Dice Tower. That's very true. So that's a different way to look at it, and I appreciate that. That plan sounds like a plan. So, to enact that plan, I will schedule tonight what we're going to be live reviewing on Wednesdays. So I will do that at the very least by Mondays. I'll try to start getting them a week in advance. Or maybe, Thursdays, 6 days in advance. I'll schedule them on Thursdays from here on out. But for this week, I'll make the choice tonight, and I'll get that scheduled. What we're going to be reviewing come Wednesday afternoon. That's what we'll do. All right. Couple of things. This will be a no-no, but I'm going to go grab some stuff, because we are going to be doing maybe Thursday morning. I don't know for sure. Oh, you whiner puppy. You little whiner puppy. What was it? It wasn't that. Dadgummit. I'm a dork. Oh, sorry, Strider. I popped you in the mouth.
Do you think I can take Advil with all the other medicines I'm taking?
I don't see why not. I don't know. What does everybody else think? Can Jessie take Advil with the other medications that she's taking? Let me know. Goodness gracious. Well, I can't find it. I can't remember. I think it was Diarchasm. That's what I think it was. But we're going to be doing some... I'm going to finish painting these guys. I did start... See, I don't like incoming calls from 1-800 numbers. I just don't like them. So I'm going to not. So I have some of these guys here. Strider. Hey, seriously. So much noise, dude. Chill, bro. So we're going to be doing these. I'm going to finish these up, and I'll make a painting video of them probably on Thursday morning. We'll spend some time Thursday morning in doing this. And try to get the rest of these painted up pretty well. These guys were a lot of white, so I based them white. And my goodness, it's making painting the rest of them like super duper infuriating. How did Roar King of the Pride not make your top 10 nature games? Okay, thank you for asking that question, actually, because I was taking a very, well, I wouldn't say very. I was taking a more restricted view of nature than I probably should have. I could definitely see how it would fit into a nature themed game list. But I was going more of like the route of trees, bushes, and rivers and gardens and that kind of stuff. That was the nature aspect for me. I really wasn't looking at animals per se. But in retrospect, yeah, I probably should have included it. And Roar, had I taken that aspect into account, it definitely would have made my list. But that's the only reason why. I just didn't really look at animals as much as being a nature-themed game. That's why. He was scratching his neck. That's what he was doing, Vanessa. It's about lions in Africa. It's 100% a nature game. I get it. I understand. Like I said, I am often the one that will put a stupid, arbitrary restriction on myself when I'm making a top 10 for no other reason other than it sounded good at the time. So that's the long and the short of it. But as far as painting videos is concerned, we're going to get these guys painted. These are Warhammer Underworlds miniatures from, I believe, the Dire Chasm list, the Dire Chasm box. And I don't even remember the name of this faction, but it's got a really cool archer here as well. So he looks pretty cool. But I'm looking forward to getting these guys done because they're about halfway there right now. So I think with a video, maybe 2, I can get these ready to go. And Max Polson, the guy that was here for the last one where we started painting these, he is a farmer, and they are very much into their season of busyness. So his availability has plummeted. So, but I am still in contact with him, and I see him at the very least at church every week. So we'll try to get a time hammered out to where after I get these painted, and I believe he's already finished his, that we can get these guys to the table and play Warhammer Underworlds with you. There should have been 2 different top 10s, one with animals, another with plants. I was just surprised seeing as how much you championed the game when it came out. Yep, I know. It was just me having that stupid arbitrary restriction. You will then just need to be done with featuring animals. This is an idea for a video series. I send you my minis and you paint them live. No, because I have plenty of my own, Matthew. Another thing that we're going to be doing, so that's these guys. I mean, if I was to paint all of my Warhammer Underworld stuff, it would take me many eons, many moons. This is another thing that I'm going to be painting here pretty soon as well. This is a little challenge that I got asked to be part of. And if you go back to last week's Fireside Chat, you can get kind of the details on it. But I'm going to be painting this building, and we're going to be putting, this month, I'm going to do a bunch of different stuff, but it's really cool. It has modular stuff here. The door can go in and out of it. So the floor is kind of diamond hatched there. There's another floor in here that can actually come out, and it has hexes on it. So I'm looking forward to getting this painted and seeing how it turns out, because it looks like it's a fun looking building, right? But they do a lot of stuff for Warhammer. No, I'm sorry, not Warhammer. For cyberpunk type stuff, which is why there's a little bit of an Asian theme as far as the sign is concerned. So, and it is modular so that you can, take it out and move your pieces around in the inside, and then if nobody's in there, well, you just leave it the way it is. But I'll be painting this one up here this month as well, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to doing this neon sign. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but hopefully I'll be able to make it look pretty cool. But that is that. So we'll be doing painting of those things. And these guys here, these are maybe not exactly the right, I don't know, how close. Yeah, it might be a little bit right if he didn't have this post standing up like that, but we've got some pretty neat stuff going on here. So that's going to be stuff that we do for our painting videos this week. So there you go. Funny you mentioned that Flesh. What did I love watching Sam's old top 10s, 100s, and see Tom and Z get mad at something that should not be on Sam's list. Yep, that's about it. Funny you mentioned that Flesh. I distinctly remember Sam including Roar on a worker placement top 10 and Tom and Z giving him grief for it. Of course. Of course. The live ones are gold. Grief makes those lists gold. And by Sam, I meant Z. Yep, that's true. Yeah, I always, that's part of my shtick, I guess. Just, you know. I mean, it's just like, I guess that's all I can really say. It's just part of my shtick. I've always kind of done that where I try to, you know, because I'm always afraid, not always, but I was generally afraid that I would do something or have a list that was exactly like Tom's or Z's. And I'm like, well, I don't want that to happen. I think we need to showcase as many games as we possibly can. And so that's what it would basically boil down to more often than not, is I tried to take a really eccentric view of the list that we were doing and try to not shoehorn, but try to get it as close as I possibly could. And that's just how it worked out sometimes. But we are that and yelling about the cleanliness of game store bathrooms. I will stand by that statement as long as I possibly can. What game do you want to paint the minis for first? Interesting. I don't really have any any game right now that I want to badly paint the miniatures for, because painting takes. I'm not a fast painter. I paint slowly, and it takes me a long time. So I'm not like jonesing to get any game painted right now, because any of the games that I do want to paint, there's a lot of miniatures for them. So I don't really have anything right now that I'm really wanting to paint. These are the ones that I want to get done for right now. These 5. This building and all of these things that are now broken, and I'm going to have to fix them. But these 4 Games Workshop miniatures and the building, those are the ones that I am jonesing to fix, to paint right now. None others. Nature Games top 10 Bionic Lions. Bionic Lions. Those are 2 words that should not be together, because one makes you say the other one incorrectly. I want to say Bionic Lions because I want to go bionic, ionic, lions. But you're not supposed to. That will be the sequel to Apiary. That would be funny, actually. All right, well, we're going to get on out of here. Sam just went Godzilla on that thing. I know, right? I did. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Be well. We just watched Pacific Rim Uprising last night. It was my son's time to pick, and he wanted to watch Uprising. That was a pretty cool. That's a pretty cool movie. We enjoyed it. Anyway, I do have to get out of here. It is 3 o'clock. I want you, though, to stick around and go watch part 3 of Les Chung's Theme Addict Chrome series. And if you haven't watched parts 1 and 2, go back and watch parts 1 and 2. They're only 5 to 6 minutes, so you're talking about a 15 to 20 minute use of your time. Well worth it. It's an amazing thing that he's doing, so go check that out. I have to go and pick up some kids. So thank you for joining me here today, though, and thank you for talking me through some stuff. I appreciate that as well. Hopefully you will find this interesting, and we'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. See you tomorrow morning 4, it belongs in a museum. Take care.